You've been lied to, not by some villain in a movie or a stranger in a dark alley, but by the way our world works. Somewhere along the way, you were made to believe that building wealth is reserved for geniuses, people with Wall Street degrees, complex spreadsheets, or some secret formula passed down from rich relatives. That if you're not constantly checking stock tickers or reading economic reports, you're not smart enough to grow your money. That idea? It's a lie. And worse, it's a lie that keeps millions of people stuck in fear, in confusion, and in financial survival mode. But today I'm going to show you something simple, something true. You don't need to be a genius to build wealth. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to start thinking differently. Let's be honest. Most people don't grow up learning about money. They learn how to earn it, maybe how to spend it, but not how to grow it. And that's not your fault. Schools don't teach it. Most parents don't talk about it. And the media, it either scares you or sells you get-rich-quick fantasies that leave you feeling even more confused. So let me be the first to say this clearly. If you've ever felt like building wealth was out of reach for you, it's not. If you've ever thought, I'm just not good with money, I'm here to tell you, that's not a life sentence. That's just a mindset you can change. Because wealth doesn't grow from IQ, it grows from action. It grows from small, consistent decisions that compound over time. Like interest in a savings account, like dividends from a simple investment, like habits you build one choice at a time. Think about this. The average millionaire didn't win the lottery. They didn't invent a $1 billion app. They didn't even get it all right. They just stayed in the game. They made mistakes, they learned, and they kept going. You can do that too. You don't need to know everything to begin. You just need to begin. Start with what you have. Start with what you know. Start with what's real, because the people who wait until they feel ready almost never start. But the people who start, they're the ones who change their future. Let's make something clear. Wealth isn't built overnight, but it also isn't built only by people who understand every detail of the stock market or obsess over economic trends. It's built by people who stay consistent, and consistency isn't genius, it's a choice. Take this example. If you invest just $100 a month, every month in a simple index fund, and you stick with it over 20 or 30 years, you're doing something most people never do. You're letting time and compound interest do the heavy lifting for you. You're not timing the market. You're not chasing the latest crypto token or day trading until 2 a.m. You're just investing. Calmly, regularly, confidently. And guess what? That alone can put you ahead of 90% of the population. Because most people don't stick with anything long enough to see the results. They start, then stop. They save, then spend it all. They plan, then panic. Not because they're lazy, not because they're bad with money, but because they think they're supposed to know everything before they act. Here's the truth. The wealthy rarely know everything either. They just get started and figure things out as they go. They know mistakes are part of the process, not a reason to quit. They see investing like planting seeds, not gambling chips. They understand that growth isn't always exciting. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes it's boring, but boring is good. Boring means it's working. The smartest investors in the world aren't trying to impress anyone. They're just quietly doing the basics over and over. They live below their means. They invest consistently. They don't let emotions drive their decisions. And you don't need a degree in finance to do any of that. You don't even need to be great with numbers. You just need a system you can stick to and equate, and a reason to stick with it. Maybe your reason is freedom. Maybe it's security. Maybe it's wanting something better for your family. Whatever your reason, hold on to it. Because that's what keeps you going when things feel slow or uncertain. That's what reminds you that every dollar saved, every smart decision made, is shaping a future you can be proud of. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to stay in motion. Wealth doesn't come from knowing it all. It comes from doing what works. And doing it long enough to matter. So now that you know you don't need to be a genius to build wealth, let me ask you a question. What are you waiting for? Permission? A sign? The perfect time? Let me be that sign. Let this be your permission. And know this, the perfect time doesn't exist. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be a reason to wait. But waiting won't get you closer to the life you want. Starting will. Every wealthy person, every financially free person I know we had a day one. It looked different for everyone, but it started with a simple decision. I don't want to stay stuck. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck forever. I don't want to wake up 10 years from now and realize I never gave myself a chance. That's the difference. That choice, not brilliance, not luck, just belief and the action that comes from it. You are capable of more than you've been led to believe. You don't need a perfect background. You don't need more money to start. You just need to care enough about your future to take one step forward. Today, read one article. Open a free investment account. Budget your next paycheck. Say no to a purchase you don't need. Say yes to learning one new thing about money. That's it. Because every small win builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum. And momentum, that's what makes people unstoppable. The truth is, most people don't fail at wealth because they're stupid. They fail because they never believed they could succeed in the first place. Don't let that be you. Your mind is your greatest asset. It can be your biggest obstacle or your most powerful tool. Choose to trust it. Choose to use it. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to believe you belong in the game and keep showing up. Because wealth isn't just for those people anymore. It's for you. If you're ready to build it, one smart, simple step at a time, you've already taken the most important step. You started listening. Now it's time to take action. Your future is waiting.